We have a new mayor. Congratulations.
Whole different view from this position.
You'll learn.
Thank you. Thank you, council members. Thank you, members of the public. I'd like to thank all of you for taking the time from your busy day and joining us this morning. I believe we may have set a new all-time slow speed record. It took 8 years after first taking office to go from that chair to this one, but we finally made it, and 6 feet away, but we made it. And now that I am here, I just have a few things to share. Thank you. First, I'd like to thank Council Member Gable Luddy for her service as mayor this past year. The city has come through many challenges, and I believe she tried her best to captain the ship. I'm humbled and honored that our system of mayor selection will now allow me the opportunity to try doing my best to serve in this capacity. Secondly, I want to sincerely thank my many friends, family members, and voters who have repeatedly voiced their support to me to represent them on this council. In this particular, not on the script, in the past 24 hours, I've received a number of emails and phone calls from people, not only in the city of Burbank, but outside the city of Burbank, some of whom are actually joining us today, wishing support and the possibility of me becoming mayor, and I hope to do them good service in this position. I consider it a high honor and privilege to be elected representative, and I will never take the people's trust or confidence for granted. Third, when I first joined the City Council in 2006, I carried with me 3 simple promises I had made during my election campaign. I said it was time for a change, that the status quo wasn't good enough anymore, and that we must always put the people first. I've never wavered from the promises, and I plan to renew that pledge every day that I'm here, now as mayor. Burbank is truly a great city in our state and our country. We have a rich century-plus tradition. We have a vibrant economy, an excellent public education system, and cherished family-oriented neighborhoods. We're blessed with hardworking, dedicated city workers that provide a clean, safe environment and outstanding public services for residents and businesses alike. Nevertheless, Burbank has many challenges and hard decisions before it today. As we endeavor to make those hard decisions, we must call upon common sense as our first and foremost analytical tool. To weather economic uncertainties, we must tighten our belts, spend wisely, and always weigh cost versus benefit. We must demand accountability, competence, and efficiency in all our undertakings. And we must insist on full, comprehensive public notice for all projects with potential adverse impacts. Up to now, in many, many ways, our city government has done a good job, but I firmly believe that we can do better. In my view, land use is and will continue to be the biggest flashpoint issue for this city. I share the views put forth by newly elected Mayor James Schwarn of Branchburg Township, New Jersey. In his recent mayoral acceptance speech, Mayor Schwarn said, and I quote, "I have always held the personal belief that the sole criteria governing land use should be the impact development will have on the long-term quality of life for our families. Over the last 2 years, I've met with developers who have proposed that what they have termed smart development. Call it whatever you like, but unfortunately, there's nothing smart about putting hundreds of townhomes or condos on property that can barely support 20 home subdivisions. Branchburg is not Burbank. However, we can learn from the visions embraced by Branchburg's local leadership. We can, as a city, and must, stand firm against the arguments that developer proposals for smart growth or government mandates for incompatible residential uses trump all sound and reasonable arguments against density development or against permitting unlicensed businesses in R1 zones, regardless of the adverse impacts on our community. When it comes to protecting the health, safety, and welfare of our families and our cherished neighborhoods, we must never proclaim that our hands are tied. In closing, I want to encourage each and every one of you to become more actively involved in your local government, whether by attending public meetings or serving on a board or commission. I encourage you to openly express and share your thoughts, opinions, and ideas about issues affecting you, your families, friends, and neighbors. Your voice and participation are critical for your elected officials to be aware of the issues that most affect you. Your involvement is the best way to ensure responsive government in Burbank. Thank you.